What is up, guys? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to lamest taste. You can check out my YouTube channel, The Vinyl Casket, all one word, over on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. Tune in every single week. Wednesdays, we do a live watch-along commentary for AEW Dynamite Pro Wrestling on TBS every Wednesday, as well as towards the end of the week, we do a review on our comic book pull list. So all the comics that I pick up every single week and read them throughout the week, every single week, I talk about them. We do trailer reactions. We're trying to get back into album reviews as well as book reviews. With that being said, we're going to ease in, stay in the comic vein. I did an unboxing on the channel a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two, about this. The Inferno Girl Red Book 1 hardcover. This is the Kickstarter edition. This came through the Kickstarter that you had to fund. I believe it started at the beginning of 2020. It was funded very quickly in partnership with Image Comics. Inferno Girl Red is a character created by Matt Grom that overlaps into the Radiant Black universe called the Massiverse, the Super Massiverse. She first appeared in preview artwork in the back of a Radiant Black issue early on, maybe the first 5 issues, then appeared in Supermassive 1, which was a collab between multiple creatives over at Image, with Radiant Black, Inferno Girl Red, and Rogue Sun. Rogue Sun then premiered in an ongoing later that month or year. And then Inferno Girl Red has been waiting for 2 years to get this hardcover, which collects the first book in her adventure. She will be returning to Supermassive 2, I guess they're going to call it, in around April of this year, 2023. But this is the hardcover that you could only get through the Kickstarter. You could also read this by picking up the 3-part mini. They're issues, but they're definitely thicker than a normal comic book issue. They're a little less than a trade paperback, but there's 3 of them. The first issue is out right now. You can pick that up at your local comic store anywhere. And the next 2 are coming out this year in the next month or so. You'll be able to collect and read everything that's in here. I think excluding extra 20 pages that are exclusive to here, as well as this Inferno Girl Red Ashcan, which collects a story that predates the series of the original Inferno Girl Red, and the main character, Cassia, her mom Anna, back when she was a reporter, and they were basically helping each other out. This predates everything. That's exclusive to the Kickstarter, as well as this. I did a review on the unboxing of the structure, and after reading through the whole thing, I believe this is one of the nicest hardcovers I own. I love that it does not have a slipcover or anything. It's just built in straight to the hardcover, and we have this page bookmark built in, as well as tons of extra content in the back, including shout outs, all credits, and art design, covers, everything. Finish the main story. Main story is great. So I'll start off with the art of the book. Beginning to end, I don't think there's a single bad panel. I don't think there's anything that's under detailed. I think the coloring is incredible. The inking was great. The paneling and panel design, everything about this book, everything about the art style and the art team perfectly conveyed the story in an amazing amount of detail, with super amazingly saturated colors and composition. I think this is one of the reasons I love Radiant Black. One of the reasons I'm loving Dead Lucky and is it Lucky Dead? Lucky Dead? Dead Lucky? And Rogue Sun, as well as the 2 miniseries in Radiant Pink and Red. The artwork is great. You get this cosmic aspect. You get this really, really interesting superhero persona. These powers are like out of this world, but like they're captured in this like really cosmic, like very colorful, interesting way that just makes you're in awe the whole time of reading this. The story, there's some hiccups, I think, dialogue wise. There's points in the story where I feel like there's obvious moment shifts, like transitions from one scene to another, that kind of feel a little rough. It kind of feels like this happened, and then I turn the page and there was no in between, there was no side story of another character, because you're only really focusing on Cassia. You're not even really seeing what her mom's doing on her own, so you don't really get that 2-channel parallel storytelling. You're getting a linear story, but there's chunks where other things are happening, or she leaves this and then 3 hours later you end up here, and it's very brought together, and it feels weird because there's no transition to shift you from where you were to where you are. You just kind of jump there, and that's a little off-putting. I don't think it hurts the content of the story. This is the reading experience was a little weird sometimes. I would flip back because it's a thicker paper stock, so I think, oh, maybe I just flipped 2 pages by accident, and most of the case that wasn't it. But straight story plot, I liked the whole plot line, the whole story. I really enjoyed how they kind of made this lean in and force a book 2. I'm happy about book 1, but the ending and the whole lead in looks like it was developed towards a book 2 being a thing. I would prefer an ongoing, but I'll get a book 2 if there's a book 2. And it was good. It was just the emotion of seeing her mother get taken away, her mother having this relationship with the first Inferno girl read, but not really knowing who she was, then seeing it get on her daughter and being able to help her become a superhero, and then have this person that's been at odds with her this entire time, eliminate her, and her daughter have to watch her daughter evolve and become like a whole different costume and kind of leveled up. And that was really sick, and the scenes are cool, but the emotion was really there. So while the dialogue sometimes is kind of lackluster for a second, and some of the scene transitions are a little weird, I think the emotion's there, the storytelling's there, and it makes sense. I read the whole thing maybe in a full span of 3 days, maybe 2. It was good. It was definitely worth the read. I definitely like obviously you can't get the hardcover anymore, but I love the construction. So I highly suggest getting it, maybe waiting until all 3 parts are out and buying all 3 parts. It was a really good, consistent read, and I'm very excited to see the future of this character. If I had to rate this story out of 5, I would give it a 4.8. I got to take something away for those weird transitions and the spotty dialogue at times, but it was a really good read, a really good book. I think Matt Grom did amazing. If you were a fan of Matt Grom's run on, was it Power Rangers or Mighty Morphin? It was one of the two. I think it was Power Rangers. Or no, I think it was Mighty Morphin. If you were a fan of his run on the recent Mighty Morphin before it transitioned into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers again, I would highly suggest you hop on and grab the 3-part story. Amazing. Thank you guys again for checking out the channel. Tune in. There will be definitely more reviews on shows, TV, movies, music, anything you can think of, books. Check out my YouTube channel at The Vinyl Casket, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much more. Remember, this is the home to the lamest taste. Do me a favor and stay lame.